Lady Gaga. There she is. Looking beautiful. Oh, my gosh. She's wearing the same booty shorts I wore last Saturday.
Oh, your booty looks incredible.
Yeah, your boots hang. I know.
How are you?
So good to see you. Please, how you doing? Come on in. She's showing love, hugging everyone, spreading her. You smell delicious.
Yeah,
you really do.
Great.
If I was blind, you'd be beautiful because you smell gorgeous. Come on in. Come on in. You sit right here next to Big Daddy.
Ooh.
You know,
early for that kind of talk.
Yeah. I saw you over in London, Fundon, the past few days.
Yeah.
And, you weren't wearing a lot of clothes over there either. It's summer. It's hot.
It's hot.
You got to let it breathe. You know what I'm saying?
What? Well, I just feel comfortable, and it's summertime, right? Why be ashamed?
Yeah. And
no one's ashamed.
When you got a butt like that, I'd be putting mine out there all the time.
Whatever. What I think that's very nice to say, but I think any, girl should be able to wear shorts like this no matter what
I agree.
her tushy looks like.
Do you ever get out of the shower in the morning and look in the mirror and just spank your own butt? Like, hey.
Oh, my God.
Hey. I do. You should spank your own butt every day.
Maybe if there's a mosquito.
It's like a little affirmation, little self-ass slap.
I think that's my favorite thing I've ever been asked on the radio before.
Do you wake up in the morning and slap your own butt? The other day when we played Perfect Illusion, it's just, when I pushed the button, the radio nerd kicked in, and I'm like, okay, here's a hit. Let's see what the hell's like. And I just got lost in the song. And they actually said, Elvis, wake up. They had to do this because I had my headphones on listening to the music because I hadn't heard it until we played it on the radio. It just sounds so good.
Thank you.
We're ready for the new album. When are we getting the whole album?
Really soon. I can't give you the exact date yet, but it's coming this year, and it's not very far away. And I'm actually going to be in the studio tonight with Mark Ronson, who, I basically executive produced the whole album, oversaw the whole process tonight to continue finishing. So
right.
It's coming out.
He's been saying amazing things about it. Everybody's been asking. He's like, it's so good. It's so amazing. He loves it.
He's this wonderful, amazing, talented producer, and totally embraced me as a female musician. And we've been working for over 6 months together in the studio on the arrangements and writing, producing, as well as bringing in other people. We worked with Beck. We worked with Father John Misty. We worked with Kevin Parker from Tame Impala. We worked with Florence Welch.
It's working with... Oh, I love her. Her voice, by the way.
Woo!
I know. Do you have as much fun performing and having fun in life as you do collaborating with people, merging with the minds and souls of others in the business? That's got to be like a ball of fun.
It's so much fun, especially if that's what happens. What's not fun is when someone says they want to collaborate and I get sent like an email with a track, send us back your melody. Let us know if you want to do this. We don't have time to meet up in the studio, but if you could just lay it down.
That's not collaborating.
That's not a collaboration to me, So what's been great about this is, for example, with Beck, who I made, this great dance song with, which we didn't expect to happen. We just hung out for like an hour in Malibu talking, just shooting the breeze, and at the end of it, I said, so man, I don't know what you're doing the rest of the night, but we have a bunch of guitars if you want to play my hummingbird. Now. Mark just got me. We can go in the live room. I'll get the piano going. We've got a mic up. Mark can play some bass. You want to just jam for a minute?
And that's how it happens.
And that's just how it happened.
That's how it should happen, though. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think this controlled, all right, let's choreograph our time with this producer. It sounds like there's no art to that. That sounds like a meeting, It's like, I don't even know if it's choreography as much as the people involved not putting the creative process first. Right.
And somehow there's other things that are more important that for some reason they don't have time to be in the studio or figure out a way to have a meeting of those two people. But, if you don't meet in the room and look each other in the eye, I mean, I can't even tell you, Florence and I, when we were working together, we cried, we laughed, we hugged each other. The song that we wrote together, I wish I could tell you the name of it. Can I tell them the name of it? Okay, it's called Hey Girl.
No, please don't tell us the name of it.
Okay. No, I just looked over at my manager.
It's called Hey Girl?
It's called Hey Girl.
Right.
Yeah, and so the lyrics of it in the beginning are, I say, hey girl, can you hear me? Are you holding out your heart? And then she sings to me, hey girl, do you feel me? Sometimes I go too far. And I say, hey girl, it ain't easy. I know it's pulling me apart. Hey girl, don't you leave me. Hey girl, don't you leave me. Hey girl, we can make it easy if we lift each other. We don't need to keep on one up another.
Fantastic.
Wow.
So that's the song. And so, like I said, like you just can't write, I don't feel like you can write a song with lyrics that, really capture the relationship between two people unless, you have a real human connection.
But the connection turns into this infectious thing because the lyrics you just gave us, and I'm assuming put to music and with your unbelievable voices together and that energy, will uplift so many people. People will be lifted up. That's what our mission in life is about now. You know what I decided to do? I decided to stop allowing the universe to tell me what to do. Yeah. And now I help give my universe direction.
Right.
And what you can do with your music and your positivity and your outlook is give people the right to make their own decisions, to be uplifted, to feel good about themselves, and make great things happen in this world, no matter what you do.
Yeah, you got to be the artist of your own life, and not work. Because, I've definitely learned that lesson because I put things out into the world all the time. And, actually, I think everyone's learning that lesson now, too. At first it was mostly artists that on Twitter we would get everybody's feedback. But now I feel like everybody gets everybody's opinions, right? But someone asked me once what they... or many times, I think, what I thought it meant to be an artist. And I said, what I think an artist needs essentially more than discipline or even talent is a perspective. So if you are always changing what you do based on what other people say, you completely lose yourself and you become just, something that's constantly affected by what's around you as opposed to stable and your own and like autonomous in your identity. So I think we need to protect that.
Right. Don't be a chameleon. Don't. Well,
I say do be a chameleon.
Unless you're, shopping at Vaughn's or something.
I just say don't let other people's opinions of you throughout every day of your life change your actions. And
hard to
do.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Or try.
So many things have happened since last we saw each other. The song with Diane Warren.
Tony Bennett.
Which won an Emmy.
Exactly. Hello. Love her. By the way, Diane Warren writes the most beautiful love songs in the world. I've never heard such foul language from one human being in my life. She's fantastic. Love her.
Unbelievable.
Of course,
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
I saw you in concert with Tony Bennett. It was amazing. First of all, your costume changes alone were amazing, but you guys just sound so great together.
Gosh, do I love Tony. He's my neighbor. Really? So he's my neighbor. I literally just got in my Mustang 2 doors down from him and drove over here.
I heard you came here in a convertible today with your top down.
Yeah.
Or your top up and your top down.
My top was down.
Okay, just make
but the car's top was up.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The other way around.
Your top was down. Your top was up. By the way, her parents are here. We have to be very guarded with what we say. We can't get too crazy.
What do you think? My dad hasn't seen it. I think my father's. I think the jig is up.
Do you talk to Tony Bennett a lot? Because there's something I got to talk to him about.
I do talk to him a lot. I talk to him about all sorts of things. He's a great person to call kind of about anything. But if you're really going through something rough, he's just been through so much and knows so much about life. He's amazing.
You may not believe this, but it's true. The rumor is in our family, and my mom and dad have both passed away. The rumor is he could be my father. And I'm not kidding you. That is the rumor, and that's what we're investigating. Because we think that maybe my mom could have had a thing with Tony Bennett I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Well, maybe.
I mean, I don't know that. I'm not saying you're kidding. I'm just
should we hit the delay button? Maybe that shouldn't be out there.
I don't know.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
No, I just don't know what to say.
We'll talk about it later. It's a.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. By the way, that's my license plate. Hey, girl. So, okay, other things have happened, but an album is about to be born, and we know it's coming out before the end of this year, and you only have a couple months left, so do the math. That's fantastic. A Star is Born.
Yeah.
You're working on that currently, or is it done? Is it in the can, as they say?
No, it's not in the can. We're currently working on it. And gosh, Bradley Cooper is amazing to work with. He's so talented. He's so fun. He's really my friend. And it's so good to have, someone that you're friends with that, kind of knows what your life is like and that's in the public eye. And the story of A Star is Born, which is a very classic story, really is kind of hinged upon, I think, actors and directors and songwriters that understand what it is to live a life in music
right.
And in show business. So it's kind of this amazing experience. It's soul searching. It's fun. And I'm going to learn a lot. I mean, I really want to become a better actress, so who better than to do that with Bradley? But I'll tell you something, when he and I were doing the test for the film, when I was, essentially auditioning for Warner Brothers, he's directing and acting at the same time.
Right.
So he's like,
yeah, how does that work?
So he's like, so I want you to imagine, so let's say the cameras are on me, right? So I've got one in front of me and then I've got one maybe to the side of me, right? And he's standing camera, left, talking to me to give me my eye line. And he's talking to me, feeding me my lines, and I'm, say it again. What do you mean? Camera right, move around this way, catch it this angle right here, boom, say it again.
And you're supposed to stay in character while all
the
this
whole
is
time.
How did you do? I mean, was that nerve-wracking just a little?
I was like,
because I would assume going into a test, there's got to be a little bit of a stir in the tummy, like a little bit of excitement nerve thing.
It was great. It was my first big Hollywood audition.
How cool.
I was like, let's do this. I really prepared for it. I got ready, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, Bradley already knew about me when I met him. I said, I'm the kind of person, I said, I have 50 panic attacks a day. And he's like, cool. All right,
yeah.
dude, let's do this. And so then we just go right into it. And, he's not going to work around that. He's going to push me to work through that. And that's why we work well together. So,
well, wouldn't you rather work with someone who has 50 panic attacks a day versus someone who never has a crazy emotional meltdown from time to time? Don't you find the more interesting people in your life are the ones that are a little off center, the ones that that painting on the wall that's never straight, those are the good people to hang out with.
I think all people are, have the ability to be cool and great, whether you have, panic attacks or not. I think we all need each other. At some point, in Bradley's life, I think he was more like me at one point, like the way I am now. And he's grown up, so he's teaching me something.
So you're saying you now are where in your evolution? Or where are you? What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that I still panic, but I'm older now and I'm working through it, and it doesn't take over my entire day anymore or stop me from being able to do my job.
Right.
Or stop me from having a good evening, out with my friends. I don't know. Do you guys feel like that ever happens sometimes?
Oh, yeah,
you
absolutely.
Just get so overwhelmed with something.
But then how fast can you recover and just kind of let yourself off the hook and move on? That's the key. It's okay to go nutty from time to time.
You know what? I try to say to myself, honestly, and I hope this doesn't sound pretentious because I do travel the world and I see a lot of things, but I've just seen a lot of poverty and people that are really sick and don't have anything, and governments that are really corrupt, and children that don't have educations, and families whose children are sick and they can't pay for their surgeries. And so when I have those moments, I have to keep in perspective that I'm freaking out about music, which is essentially a fun thing, or show business, which is essentially a fun thing. And if I'm freaking out about, life and things that are important, like, friends being sick and so on, and like that, I just try to say, there's other people in the world that deal with the same issues as me, and I'm not alone, and it just helps to
But that's okay.
calm me down. Yeah.
It's okay to get a little upset about things.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. Yeah, by the way, if you're just turning us on, Lady Gaga here.
Hi.
We're about to play some
It's
music.
okay to be upset this early
It's
in the
okay to be
morning.
upset. I mean, I don't think we appreciate all the awful things in life that need our attention when we don't have a little breakdown from time to time. It's so important to correct in ourselves before we can see what else needs to be corrected.
Well, we can try to correct. I think what's more important is that we give each other a break, you know? So if you see your friend having a meltdown or getting upset about something, it's so much cooler not to say, you know, gosh, you're always so dramatic or so emotional. It's better to be, you know, are you cool? What's wrong? You know, how can I help you? That's how we stick together. Otherwise, we're just all like on our cell phones being mean.
In A Star Is Born, are you guys bringing some of the original music back? Or is it new music? Is it music at all?
I'm doing the soundtrack.
Well,
I'm
hello.
the executive producer.
Are you
It's
doing
not gonna
Evergreen?
It's not a silent, abstract performance piece.
It's not black and white?
Maybe I needed to say that though, because it's me.
Okay. But for instance,
The album is just
Evergreen,
gonna
a
be
huge
an
song.
egg. The album's just going to be an egg.
The song Evergreen from the original Star Is Born.
With a star in it.
Do you do Evergreen?
I am not going to give away anything about the film in that way.
Damn it.
I want everyone to experience. I will say that
It's because your manager's in there ruining it for everyone.
He was hoping you were going to do a duet today.
No. I did bring the lyrics and the music to Evergreen. Here, just hit it. Let me see how I can do.
No, I'm not.
You're not. I don't want you to sing. I'm singing to you.
Karaoke version.
No, this is to you. This is a gift to you.
Oh my God.
This is a gift to you. I don't want you to perform. I want you to relax and just let me give you a gift.
Oh, I'm relaxed.
Come on, bring up the orchestra.
What I want to know is if New York is relaxed listening right now.
Love, soft as an easy chair.
That's beautiful, Elvis.
Love, fresh as the morning air. One love that is shared by two. We're almost done. I have found with you.
That's beautiful.
Like a rose
Listen to the
under the April snow.
April snow.
I was always certain love would grow.
Love would grow.
Love, ageless and evergreen.
Evergreen.
Seldom seen by two. You and I.
Why does this feel like the Disney
will
version?
Make each night a first.
I feel like
Kids Bop.
Maleficent's going to come out and try to kill one of us
Every
and
day
change my dress
a
color.
beginning. Well, anyway, I want to give you a little part. One of my favorite songs. This is why I can't wait for this movie to come out. When will A Star Is Born be out? Do we know?
First of all, that is not the way that the music's going to sound exactly.
Shame on you.
That was not a snippet.
That was not a cut.
But I'm so excited. I will tell you that when I've read the script, you know, I've been reading the script, obviously, and preparing, and I laugh, cry, smile, get excited, and like completely sob reading it. It's really beautiful and it's new.
Well, that character in that story is just a fascinating character. And as you said before, it does open the door. It lifts the hood for a lot of people to see what it's like to live the life of a performer, artist, who's actually still struggling to be a person, a human, which has got to be just a pain in the ass. Being a star has got to be a pain in the ass. I don't know how you guys do it. Seriously.
It's it's a pain in the ass.
Well, I don't mean it that way. That's very disrespectful. It's got to be very challenging when you're trying to grow up yourself, when you yourself are trying to live your life and learn what the universe is throwing at you. At the same time, you have all these other factors coming at you that are brought on by your success as a musician, as an artist. And it's got to be, I don't know.
Well, here's what I would say. If I could kind of bring it back to my first single a little bit, just because I do think that every song on this album is completely autobiographical. Not that the others weren't. These are just, implicitly related, every single song, to actual things happening in my life, whether they, are metaphors or are about a few different things. With Perfect Illusion, I think some of the way that you could understand how it feels maybe to be me trying to be human and also being a star it's so weird to say that.
I know.
Is that I'm a perfect illusion to so many people. And the truth is that it's very hard for me to have a human connection with others that I don't know, because they feel that they're looking at an image that somehow belongs to the world. And they've seen so many images of me, and I've given them those images, and I also am an illusionist in a lot of ways, in that I love to create things that are absurd and strange and to transform. So that's also part of what I've made. So it's not something I really can fully complain about. So what I've been doing for the past few years is figuring out how can I make a record that connects to people on a human level who maybe think there's no way that I could ever relate to something that Lady Gaga feels about life, or what she goes through, what her day is like. She's a, pop alien, or whatever, people think I am, And what I found making the record, and what Perfect Illusion is also about, is kind of saying, you know what? I still feel the blow, but at least now I know it wasn't love. It was a perfect illusion. I'm over the show, but at least now I know it wasn't love. It's saying that, it's okay that sometimes I have contact with people that I don't have a true love exchange with.
Right.
It's okay. That's just something I have to accept, because there's perfect illusions all around us, even on the internet, right?
No matter who you are.
No matter who you are.
True.
You just might not be really connecting with somebody because you found them online, or you saw a picture of them and they've changed it, or whatever.
Social media has totally turned us all into that.
Right. But then there's other times now that I can see what the real human connections are, because I've acknowledged that there are ones that aren't actually real.
When you were a little girl, you grew up listening to Z100, thinking, I want to hear my song on that radio station. And
so bad.
You used to record us on cassettes and come home and listen to them, and your mom and dad would say, turn that racket off.
No,
please.
Well, they wouldn't say turn that racket off. I would just be really late for school, and they'd come up and turn it off.
But you had these dreams, Gaga. You had these dreams of one day doing something. Have you done that yet? And part two, what are your dreams now, here on September 12th, 2016? Like, what are your dreams for the future now? Do you keep dreaming? Do you still have dreams?
You know what? I always had dreams to make music and to play out and be an entertainer and be on the radio. I could never lie about those dreams. I've always had dreams of being an actress in a big movie. I always wanted to be the leading lady for, a huge Hollywood actor. That was a dream of mine. I thought, I think I could do that. I think I could be a great leading lady. But now, and also a lot of what the album is about, and you'll understand more when you know the name of it. Honestly, my goals are to have balance in my life and to make all the people that are around me feel as equally important as my career.
These are your dreams.
Yeah, because
the other dreams you just mentioned seem to be coming true, or if not already have come true.
I feel that enough has come true in my life that I want to continue and keep working hard. But, I missed out on years of spending time with my baby sister, and years having dinner with my dad and seeing my grandma and my other grandma and my mom. I've missed birthdays. I care about being an artist, but I don't think it's really fair or nice to say that just because I have this high profile job that I can cancel dinner with my dad.
But maybe this will make you a different kind of artist as you shift into a life of one where you find balance. Balance is so important.
Well, you'll have to let me know because
call me up.
That's what this album, on this album, I would say I'm my father's daughter, I'm my mother's daughter, I'm my sister's sister, I'm my grandmother's, both of them, granddaughter, I'm my friend's friend. On this record, I closed my eyes and I envisioned who I would write the album for. Like, I kept thinking, I kept seeing somebody, I kept telling Mark in the studio, there's this girl. I keep seeing this girl. And he said, okay, who is she? What does she look like? And I said, her hair is back and it's off her face and she's got no makeup on. And she's got some heirloom family jewelry, like maybe a cross from her aunt, and, her grandma's old engagement ring and maybe like a plaquette that has her name on it. And she's got one kid in one hand and a glass of Pinot Grigio in the other. And one of those t-shirts that you buy from like Dwayne Reed or something, rolled up jeans, not an expensive outfit. And her other two kids running around her, right? And she's got no husband or boyfriend, maybe, who knows. And she's at my concert and she's standing in the way far back in the field with her kids running around and that glass of wine. And she's just crying her eyes out in the middle, in like middle America somewhere. And she just feels like she knows exactly how I feel and that somehow I understand everything that she feels. I said, that's what I keep seeing. And I told Mark, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I just started crying. We were finishing up this song that we did. And he said, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. It's just the weirdest thing. I've been writing this music for this woman, and I realized that it's me.
Wow.
I realized that woman is me. Because I'm standing here in my sweatshirt with my jeans on, with my hair pulled back, with no makeup on, with my cross on that my sister gave me, writing this song. And I don't have the 3 kids yet. And I do have a glass of wine in my hand.
Good girl.
But it was like, maybe who I would have been had this not all happened.
So Gaga, look at the growth that you go through. And I hope you do, as you seem to be doing, acknowledge the growth you go through personally when you do an album. I mean, it would be so silly and awful and what a waste if you just recorded a bunch of great songs with a bunch of great collaborations and released it without trying to figure out, what does this mean to me now? Why did I do that? Let's investigate that. And then think 2 years from now when you have another album out about how you will have changed between this album and that album. I think as an artist, if you're using canvas, if you're doing graffiti, if you're designing clothing, music, whatever, you read about yourself. You read your story in your art. And it would be ashamed if you didn't see that and really acknowledge every square inch of it. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear this album.
Yeah, I mean, well,
hurry.
What I hear on the album of myself, which may not be what anyone else hears, which I always find funny. Sometimes I give interviews and say, oh, this is what the song is about or what it means to me. And someone's like, that's not what the song is about.
Right.
Or that's not what it is. But, it can be whatever to anyone. That's the idea. The idea is to make a classic, right? So, and a classic could speak to anyone. But on this record, I think some of maybe it's my Italian Catholic upbringing guilt a little bit, of being always wanting to be a good girl, and just being naturally rebellious. I realized that toughness about myself also has a vulnerability to it, and that being tough is not a bad thing. And I'm from New York and I'm a little bit tough or very tough, right? And I've worked very hard, and I used to feel kind of bad about what a kind of tough chick I am. Why can't I just be a good girl for my family? And I learned that everything that my family's been through and that I've been through in my life has made me the tough person that I am, and that pain and that toughness is exactly what connects me to that girl in the field. And
you still have the little girl in you too. We all do. I have a little girl in me. Is that kind of creepy?
Yeah. The little girl, you know what she's for? She's to keep my childlike love of music, so that when I sit down and that's why I really love Mark Ronson so much, because when we're in the studio, it's we might as well be in Central Park, sitting at a piano and 15 years old. And we both, went to collegiate. I went to the preschool when it was co-ed. He went to collegiate grade school. So we're neighbors. He's best friends with Sean Lennon, who still lives also at the Dakota, right? And I grew up on 70th Street, 2 blocks from the Dakota, and I'm now great friends with Sean Lennon. It's like this weird. And then I live, by the park, so I can see kind of that whole part of the city.
It's interesting. It's a New York story. A lot of people tell this every once in a while. You're like, it's kind of wild. Yeah,
but what it is what I'd like people to know, or and young people to know that are listening to the record, is that to get into the music industry, you don't have to just find a producer with a hot track and write a big hot song. What you can do is really just practice your instrument and practice writing and actually just focus on becoming a musician and playing out and become discovered, because that's what Mark and I did. And now we're just putting around town in Hollywood and New York writing songs as if it was, 10 or 15 years ago. And that's the freedom in it. We don't have to chase finding, the hot track, because it's within us, the story that the truth is that we're really just 2 up and coming New York musicians.
And see, it just never changes.
Yeah, and it just never, will never change.
You always had that within you, but it took some special wiring to figure out how to get it out. I'm getting yelled at because we're running really late. Why are you yelling?
We got a surprise.
We got a surprise. Okay, how we doing? Manager, are we okay? We good? Right.
Manager, oh my God.
What's your manager's name?
Bobby Campbell.
Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Bobby's very handsome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know.
She says thank you. She takes full credit for how handsome you are. Lady Gaga's here. We got to play some music. We're getting ready for this album. I wish we had it today because the stories we're hearing make me need to hear it. Thanks. I can't wait. More of Lady Gaga's surprise on the way. Coming up. Sorry. Don't you love it? Oh, you're back.
Hi.
Well, no, you didn't go away. Well, maybe musically.
Well,
no, you were here with Tony Bennett.
I was singing jazz.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I will continue to sing jazz, too.
What an influence your parents have had on you. You always talk about that. Your mom was saying a few moments ago that you used to actually act as your own manager and you would call and book yourself for gigs.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Would you pretend to be someone else or would you call as you?
I'd be like, hello, this is Stephanie calling. I want to make see if there was a 10 o'clock slot for Lady Gaga.
Would you really?
Yeah. And really, a Friday would be great because she's quite a big artist.
Do you still do it? Do you still do that?
No, Bobby does that for me.
Bobby puts on the British out.
No, Bobby doesn't put on the British. No.
The things
terrible British. I just
but
did.
Look back. I remember meeting you backstage at Z100 Jingle Ball, and you came up to me, and you had these great eyelashes on that were like 20 inches long. And when you blinked, I mean, it would like fan my hair.
I remember them. They were leopard.
And you looked at me and you said, I'm going to be on your show like this within the next month. I'm going to be on your show. And you were. You knew where you were going. You knew what you were doing. And so here you are.
Yeah.
And now you have someone booking you. You don't have to book yourself anymore.
I don't. Well, I still got to do a lot.
You got a lot going on. A lot of people are texting in about American Horror Story, which we get the season premiere Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you can tell us about this next season and you?
I would just say that I am definitely not playing the Countess.
So you're not? Are you doing any bloody sex scenes with Matt Bomer this time around?
No.
Okay.
Would you like to? Because we brought him here. I'm kidding. Speaking of the Countess, so you are definitely on American Horror Story.
Yes.
Okay, I can't wait.
I'm so excited. It's a great season. I got to work with, again, some of the most talented actors in the world. I'm so honored to know all of them. And it's great. It's a different character. I'm not in the entire season, but she's something else.
All right. Oh, we know it's a she.
Oh, you know it's a she.
All right. You've given away too much.
I love that that's even a question with me.
You don't know. Hey, I don't know if you recall, but every time you visited us, we have your alter ego, Lady Gaga, come visit us.
Is she or he here?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Lady Gaga is here. Greg T. Look at his bulge.
supposed to be the countess?
Look at the,
No.
look at the bulge in his
Lady
dress.
Gaga, it is I, Lady Gaga.
Okay, that's better.
You look amazing.
Yes.
But look, he didn't tuck.
I was born this way.
Stand up straight, Gregory. Stand up straight. Look, you can
need to do that. No, that's
you can
not
see his
the
wiener.
pose.
Yeah, let her show you the pose, Lady Gaga.
How do you do it?
Oh, my Lord. Wait till you see this on ElvisDuran.com later. Bobby's over there going, security, get us the hell out of here. Get us out of here.
She's fixing him.
Security.
Show me, Gaga. Show me.
All right. We got to take your glasses off, too.
Take your glasses off.
You want to see what?
She didn't have
glasses
those glasses
off?
on.
Oh, Lady Gaga looks fabulous. This is all wrong.
This is awesome.
All right, Lady Gaga is posing Lady Gaga while artist management is panicking in the
There you
corner.
go. That's perfect.
Don't make that face. Just
Don't make the face. Just look natural. Just relaxed.
She's got that serious.
Lady Gaga, everyone.
Yes.
We'll have pictures up.
That's better.
What's that bump down there?
That's his man parts.
Oh my, the countess has a bulge.
I was Well, Gaga, so nice to see you.
My gosh.
Why you want
But
to be
who
like
said? Who thought that this toddlers and tiara was the countess? is
You
what
got
I
to go.
wanna
You got to
know.
go with what you have.
That's
You
what
know.
he had in his prop box.
Okay. Thank you, Lady Gaga. Off
Bye,
with you.
Gaga.
Off with you.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. This
Thank
is for
you.
That's
Oh, thank you. Can you fit it on my
Yes.
natural blonde hair?
Yeah.
I do have someone who wishes to speak with you. It's Ashley. Ashley, say good morning to Lady Gaga.
Oh, hi Ashley.
Good morning.
How are you? Good morning, sweet pea.
Oh my God, I love you so much. This is like a dream.
I love you too. How's it going?
Oh my God, it's pretty good. I'm at work right now, but I had to come to the hallway to come and talk to you. Just had to do it.
I won't tell your boss, but the world might.
Oh my God, you're so great. I love you so much. You have no idea. I was like dying. My friend works there. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Well, is there anything you want to ask Lady Gaga? You have her on the phone.
No, I don't. I just wanted
Just
to
wanna
talk
say
to her.
hi.
I just wanted to say hi.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
I was like,
Well, how's your family doing? And you're like, how's your life going?
I mean, it could be better, but I mean, I'm not complaining, not now at least.
Okay, good. Well, I hope you're, doing great or continue to do great. And it was so good to hear your voice. And I hope you love the new album.
Oh my God, I love you so much.
Ashley, maybe she'll tell you what day we're getting the album.
Because she won't tell us.
She won't tell us.
Nope.
Yeah, so like, can we know?
It's coming out before the end of the year.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that's good. We don't have long to wait. Ashley, it's such a pleasure having you on with Lady Gaga. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Ashley.
There you go.
Bye.
Well, I feel like even though, you and I are not best friends or anything, we've known each other for a while. I just want to say
We are good friends.
I love you. And thank you for saying
I
that.
love you too. We are good friends.
And, watching you go from that little girl backstage at Madison Square Garden, and even then, you had this rail of confidence. You had this lightning bolt of confidence
Thanks.
popping out of your ass. It was fantastic. And you know what?
My crystals.
And just watching you do your thing and hearing stories from mutual friends here and there about how you're doing, whatever. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful gift you give us every time you put an album out, every time you perform in a TV show or a movie. I'm going to sit here and go, blah, 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 love you, love you, love you, but I'll stop now. Thank you. Thank you for coming to see us. I've missed you.
Thank you.
You're fabulous.
I love you. Thank you.
Love you
That
too,
means
Lady
a lot
Gaga.
to me. I've been in the studio for a long time, and I honestly just so genuinely just want to share the music with all of you.
Thank you.
really. And that I appreciate that. So thanks.
Hey, do you have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
No, but
Would you like one?
well, maybe someday. Happy to work for it.
I'm getting one this year or next
you
year.
are? That's amazing.
I hope you're in town that day. You've got to show up.
I hope I'm in town that
All
day
right,
too.
we'll sign you up. We'll sign you up.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
But the reason I'm asking is I want them to put my star adjacent to yours. 'Cause mine'll be like under the $5 foot long Subway
Can
store.
you do that? Can you reserve stars on the Walk of Fame like graveyard like
Sure we can.
Like a plot.
Yeah,
Is
like
it
a
like a
cemetery.
Oh, that's great.
Surely there's some star that's we can pop out and move down the street.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on your star. We got to get your star there because who deserves a star more than Lady Gaga? Standing ovation. As we remind you, the new album is out before the end of the year. We'll all have it, but this is Perfect Illusion. Thank you, Lady Gaga.